Hey, how are y'all doing today? This is Steven with Merck Farms Hunting. Figured I would mix it up. If you see all these, I'm normally wearing something of mine, but mix it up. I don't mind. I guess rocking my Alabama Roll Tide. You may have seen some videos where I'm down at the Florida farm and, grew up down there in the lower Alabama part of Florida, the Panhandle. Big Bama fan, try to make a couple games a year. So I figured I don't like to represent other people's companies, products, things like that, unless I'm getting paid for it, and I'm not, and I haven't really yet. So, but I don't mind repping my Alabama Roll Tide. It'll be interesting to see how they do this year with a new coach, and be pretty exciting. So just going to give you a weekly update, and then just move right into a tract I really like. And wow, the updates are have more open hunting land, hunting leases than ever, in more states than ever. This last round of marketing really did well for me, so I'm really excited about it. Matter of fact, I'm sitting on a phone call for some probably mid to northern Indiana land. May see that pop up. Put a bunch of Ohio out, great counties, highly sought after, like Highland, Pike, Noble, several others. Can't even really think. There's just been so many there. Several tracks in Missouri and some great places along the Iowa line, some Iowa, a ton of new Kentucky land, awesome, outstanding Kentucky land, and it's I think right now probably close to 50 hunting leases open. Remember, it is getting time for hunting season to start, and usually let those kind of lay, and around the end of November just turn them into longer leases. So if you're looking for a place to hunt, need to get in on it now, because there's not really any fire sales and things like that. It's not worth it to get people out there unless the landowner's making a good amount of money. As always, once or twice a week, just to keep on training and telling people just don't even bother with it. Had another person probably here. I don't know if an outright ban, but maybe a good shadow ban. Surface, and you know, uh, just not realistic. Saw several years of asking this, asking that, and again, just asking where various tracks are at. Well, can this be joined with that, and just other type of things that trying to figure out where the vacant land is at. And again, landowners don't want everybody to know where their vacant land's at. I sure don't. Hunters that are going to be hunting it don't want to know. As I told you, that one situation last year where the lease hunter's gone on there, and the people hunting there were people I had sent to look at it. So, it was just again why I collect those driver's licenses, just easy referral to law enforcement now. So we do things a little slower, more methodical, more legit, and definitely more private, because unfortunately, there's just outright idiots and criminals out there that love nothing more than knowing where vacant land's at. Same with vacant homes. Vacant homes are absolutely destroyed. Vacant homes are absolutely vandalized. Vacant homes are absolutely robbed from. It's no different. This is vacant land, overwhelming for the most part, and we don't want people to know where it's at, which is again why I keep saying collect those driver's licenses, privacy, track location agreements, things like that, because we only want a couple people to even know where it's at. And oh yeah, sure enough, this week, which is again why everybody has to have a membership, everybody's got to send their license in. And sure enough, this week, somebody recommended somebody, and again, I trusted this somebody, and mentioned to them where a property was at. And this was actually a couple weeks ago, but it resurfaced. That's right, just a day or two ago, that somebody new popped up and said, "Oh yeah, well I went with so and so to look at this property over there, and didn't really want it, but what about this one?" And again, unfortunately, that's the problem. You know, And I did have problems, believe it or not, on that tract, issues with people out there. And again, that just shows you, somebody told somebody told somebody so Tom, and then now I got freaking issues out there. And that's why I told this person, I said, hey, I hate it for you, but you have to do the membership and you got to give me a license, because absolutely, I don't know who you are, and you're referring a name of somebody that I had talked to that given me a name of somebody. And again, I was just like, dude, look, this exactly. I said, to talk anymore, I need a driver's license and a membership, and I need to vet kind of who you are. Because I did actually have, and then it made sense. It was like, see, even the one type, the one kind of hat tip to somebody, it's just impossible. Unfortunately, it's impossible. I don't know. I need to get down to working with maybe the best 20% of hunters or something like that, the most ethical, the most trustworthy. You're not only screwing, you're just screwing everything whenever you violate the tract privacy agreements. So unfortunately, again, a good example this week. But other than that, like I said, that's one small road bump. Have more land than ever, and provide more opportunities for hunters than ever. So again, doing things more legit than ever. You're more than welcome to go out there and spend money all over the place with other companies, but there's nobody who'll look kind of eye to eye and give you just a straight shooting of what's going on. Maybe got something that you want, maybe don't, but out here really putting best foot forward on it. Okay, now let's go to a tract I really like. It's one of the newer ones. I've actually looked at it a few times. Took me a while to get this tract onto the hunting lease market, and it's an absolutely outstanding area. I've got a lot here, like I said, a lot of the new Ohio, Missouris, that interest me to talk a lot about, but I'm going to stick to the Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, 275 acres. I have it listed as likely my highest tract recommendation. If you look at the aerial, I think looks amazing. Doesn't necessarily look the best of that puzzle piece layout, but let's look at it. And I've seen it. I actually don't have a video on it. I was sick this day, and I was actually away from home all weekend, and it was wet, snowy, horrible, miserable. I was sick. I had, 5,000 acres to get to, and this was my first tract in the morning. I was really, really honestly quite struggling. If you hear some of the videos from that day, I don't think I hardly have a voice. So honestly, I did not get out here and huffing on this one. I just looked at it from the road. But this kind of leads me to why I really like it. And that is, I'm talking about the place looked so deery. I mean, so deery. It looked so deery. And they had done just barely a little bit of logging right up by the road. Had a bunch of little treetops and snaggles around. But it looked, and the road's kind of elevated, so I get a good look at a lot of it. I mean, dadgum, it just looks so deery. It looked so daunting for me to get out and get on it with the weather and feeling sick. I was just like, I didn't have the stomach for it. But again, that's what got me excited about it, because I'm like, if I was feeling good and I had a four-wheeler and it was a nice fall day, or, nice dry summertime, and if it was hunting season, man, I would love to be all up in there. Man, the woods just look like those deery woods, nice, kind of mature, but still a little tight type of forest. All that new growth, and it wasn't much acres at all right by the road. I'd say maybe 20 acres total log, but that was going to be sprung up. That long power line cut, absolutely awesome. Crop fields on it, absolutely awesome. A couple swamps and duck holes on it, absolutely awesome. And it's just, it looks like it is a place that is going to have some really good big deer on it. Great wildlife. Two easy entrances, one right off the road and then one actually coming across from a company that's gated. So that's great. absentee owner that really is looking to back and make sure there's an organized hunting group in there. Probably get some waterfowl in there. Also, if you look at the aerial, the swamp and the ponds are a fair size. So I really love it. Another reason why I love it, I stress this all the time, is that it's snuggled up close to a city or community. Those usually have great deer. Either you get people that aren't really into deer hunting, more little city dwellers, and this isn't a big city, but it's a okay community size. You get a lot of people who don't hunt, or you get a lot of people who know places to drive and hunt. And that's the thing. Most people like to get out and get away from where they live and hunt. And a lot of times these properties kind of really close to communities or small cities and towns hold big deer because they just get big. They're not really hunted and things like that. So I really like it for that as well. It's not easy to access. Those two entry points are pretty much it, and one's gated, and one, like I said, it's a pull off, and then really need probably a four-wheeler and get going from there. From the aerial, it looks like there are several different logging roads and stuff like that in the back that connect. Obviously, you're going to want to run a hunt around the crop fields, the power line cut, and again, with big deer, in my opinion, you have to get a little bit adventurous, because that's the reason why they're there. And there's usually so many deer in these areas, so many does, the bucks don't really have to get on their feet a ton. Also, if you believe in big bucks have wet feet, that's probably a good bit of truth to that as well, following the creeks and the snarly kind of little swamp areas that people don't venture. But again, this looks like a property to me that really, if I got in there with a climber, dug around a few days, especially around rut time, you get in there and prep with bow and stuff like that. It looks like an exciting place for me. And again, that's kind of where I go back to, is I pulled up to it, looked at it, instantly looked deery. Instantly, if it was a hunting season type day, it was kind of a gray, little nasty day, not a big nasty day, but if that was a hunting day, and back in those woods I saw, and the way that area lays out, knowing how that property lays out, I would imagine I would feel very likely that you hear a while, there's going to be really, really great deer come by, maybe more than one. So, and that's got other uses as well. So again, this Stephen, just want to take a second. That Muhlenberg, Kentucky 275-acre tract is absolutely awesome. And that's a little reason why I love it. And I may post it to the tract, since, again, I didn't really get out and video it. Just couldn't handle it. 6, 7 in the morning, being sick. I kind of got moving by the time I got to the other tracks and did get out and cut the video. So Stephen, Merck Farms Hunting, interested in hunting leases, hit us up. Share the website. Have more hunting leases open than ever right now. Like I said, probably about 50. All right, thanks. Bye.